All right. All right. Here's a little quick view of the setup. So we got that pole in. There's our light. There's my little workstation. Other poles in the water over here. That's the back of the boat. Got that camera set up front here. Got the main light. Got anchors in the front, anchors in the back. Got ourselves a nice little 3/4 moon. All right, so now we wait, see what happens. All right, so while we're waiting for everybody here, I might as well do a little story time. I was raised on Lake Mead. I truly was. My grandfather built the dam. I'm third generation native to Las Vegas in the area. And I grew up on the lake. It's something we did our entire lives. My mom being born and raised, she went out to the lake. She was a lifeguard. She actually did her lifeguard swim out in the lake, and she used to work the beach. So my parents bought a 1971 Inca Imp, 26-footer, hardtop, kind of like a cabin cruiser. We would always take it out, like Memorial Day, Labor Day, 4th of July, if we went out. And we, generally go to Lake Mead. Sometimes we go to Lake Powell. Sometimes we come down to the river. Not very often, but Lake Powell and Lake Mead primarily. Nighttime fishing was really where it was at. During the day, with Dad, we'd water ski. I'll show you a picture here in this clip. It's a big boat. It get up, it should get, I mean, it get up and go. It'd go 50, 55 miles an hour. For a boat that big, that was impressive. It had a 350 V8 Merc Cruiser in it with a number 3 Merc Cruiser outdrive, 22-inch prop. It could pull 4 skiers out of the water. It could rip that handle right out of your hands. I mean, it was just a great ski boat. So during the day, we'd water ski, and swim and have a good old time. And at nighttime, we'd fish. So generally, we'd anchor up in a cove or outside of a cove or adjacent to a drop-off or something. And, we'd put the old lantern out the back of the boat, and, we'd all drop lines. There were 5 of us. There's my mom, my dad, me, my brother, and sister. Mom might even have 2 or 3 poles in the water. So, I mean, had a lot of lines on the water. And I was usually on the bow of the boat up there up front because I'd drop it and reel it down, reel it up, reel it down, reel it up. I mean, I was a kid, but I catch fish that way. And, we'd use water dogs. I don't know if many of you guys even know what water dogs are, but we used to use water dogs. We use worms, and, sometimes we use squid or the sardines or the anchovies. We just have a good time. I mean, and caught a lot of fish over the years. We caught catfish that were 4 foot long, stripers, 20 pounders, 25, 30 pound stripers. Back then, that was a pretty big deal. And just had a good time. That was family fishing. That's kind of what I was raised on. If we weren't going to Sunnyside or Eagle Valley or Panguish to go fishing, or fishing one of the creeks in Utah, we were lake fishing on Lake Powell or Lake Mead in that manner. So we troll sometimes in the boat. Not too often, but we do it once in a while. Yeah, and that's just how I was kind of raised. As I got to be about 9, 10 years old, my parents bought one of the trailers out there at Colville Bay in the RV trailer park there. And we used to go out on weekends. We get out there on Friday, and we'd stay Friday, Saturday, and then go home Sunday evening. So I used to fish almost nonstop every single weekend. I'd walk miles and miles of shoreline out of Colville just to fish, and I'd fish all night long. I'd fish all day long. We ended up getting a 9-foot Livingston little twin hull fiberglass John boat with a 7.9 Merc we put on it. I took that thing everywhere, and it hauled ass, man. It should not have had that big of a motor on it. I know 7.9 don't sound like much, but on a little 9-foot Livingston, oh my God, did it haul ass. I mean, it was probably every bit of 35 miles an hour in that little sucker. But yeah, I took that everywhere, and I did a lot of trolling, a lot of bass fishing in it. Had a good time just doing that, and really hiked and fished. I mean, just about everywhere you could possibly think of on the lake. Growing up, it was amazing. There's truly almost no stretch of that lake on all those miles of shoreline that I haven't walked, hiked, fished, driven to if I can drive to it. I mean, it's just amazing that the Lake Mead is just one of those few places that I just know so incredibly well. When it was up high, when it was down low, all the elevations in between, it's truly is a home lake for me. So it's a lot of fun for me to fish. There's a lot of other places I enjoy fishing too, especially in Utah. I love to hunt Utah, and I love to fish up there. I love Eagle Valley. I love Sunnyside. You know, there's some other lakes and rivers up in northern Nevada I like to fish, but it's just a wonderful time. So, you know, kind of sitting back here and with the lanterns out and the poles out, and you know, just kind of enjoying it. It's kind of nostalgic, just thinking of the old times and you know what it was like being a kid out here, just fishing. You know, very simple life, simple things, and you know, hopefully we'll tie into something good. But you know, that's kind of where I come from, and you know, kind of a childhood story anyway. You know, there's a lot more of that, but I thought you might kind of enjoy a little bit of the background. Cheers.